I'm still choosing not to engage and address it, especially in the public. We were friends, and sadly, we're not anymore.
So excited for the season. Like I said, I just watched the first episode and it is so good. I mean, how are you feeling going into this season? Obviously, we had some shakeups, so things are a little different.
I was excited to have Heather back because we left on a good note with each other. Because I didn't end the last season very close to Gina and Emily, and that was it. Yeah. Two was left. So, but I knew I'd be fine.
Were you nervous at all going into this season?
No.
No,
I wasn't.
Yeah. And like you said, so you were very, very excited about Heather coming back and,
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We had a lot of fun, especially in her last season, when we were in Ireland and all that sort of thing. We laughed a lot. So I was excited for it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously last January, Andy said it was time to give the show a reboot. So did you agree with him in letting go Kelly, Braunwyn, and Elizabeth? Were you surprised by that at all?
Oh, I was very surprised at the choices. And let's just say I agreed with some of them and I didn't with other. With one I didn't necessarily agree with. So, but it's all, it's all good. I mean, I'm actually very happy with the cast that we have right now and with this season. And I think that that we all kind of brought a little bit of a lighter season because last season was so dark.
Yeah. Can you say who you wish came back?
Well, I was friendly. Kelly and I are neighbors, so I felt bad for her. But I mean, she's doing well right now, so she's moving on and she's doing well. So
yeah. So the two of you still talk a lot. Do you talk to Braunwyn and Elizabeth at all?
Elizabeth will text sometimes, but Braunwyn, no.
Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all. Because let me tell you, Noella used to be friends with her, who's a new girl on the show, and she told Noella that she did make up that I said that Gina's house was sad and depressing. So, Braunwyn will not be hearing from me anytime soon.
Anytime soon, yeah. Were you ever nervous about not coming back for this season at all?
I mean, I think that each time you never know. You don't know what people don't like. I mean, I'm glad that I did, and I'm grateful that I'm still on the show because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. And this season kicks off like you said. You, Emily, and Gina weren't that close, but it seems like the three of you kind of form a friendship, when cameras weren't rolling. So, the first episode picks up, Emily dubs you guys the new Tres Amigas. I mean, are we going to see that kind of go through this whole season, or does that friendship kind of dissolve as the season goes along?
Well, I think you can kind of see it dissolve at the end of episode 1.
Right.
Or probably. Yeah. It didn't last long.
It didn't last long. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, can you talk about a little bit about episode 1? We can kind of break this down a little bit because obviously Heather comes back and she has this friend Nicole that the two of you that you knew back in the day. I mean, why didn't you want to just tell Heather that you knew about the lawsuit?
Because I didn't know that it was the same Nicole.
Okay.
And I think you'll see more about that as the episodes go forward because we don't, I don't know what's exactly on them. But I knew a gal 16 years ago that looks nothing like Nicole James. I knew a Nicole Weiss. And, in my mind, I kept asking Heather, are you sure it's not Nicole Weiss? She said, no, it's not. You have the wrong girl. So, but it ended up being the same Nicole.
And then things just take from there. I mean, were you kind of surprised that Gina said something? The first episode ends with a to be continued, so I don't really know exactly how it goes down, but were you surprised that Gina was the one that kind of stirred the pot in all of this?
Oh, absolutely. But because I was frustrated because I was trying to rack my brain in how I knew this gal Nicole, who said that she knew me because I only knew Nicole Weiss. And very briefly, by the way, 16 years ago. So it was when my daughter oldest was 4. She's a sophomore in college right now. So I was just trying to rack my brain, and I wrongfully mentioned it to Emily and Gina because I didn't think could be the same girl.
Right.
Because in my mind, why would the Dubrows be friends with someone that they were involved in a lawsuit? And why would she be friends with him as well? But when I did find out it was her, in my mind, I'm not going to drudge up something that happened 20 years ago because clearly they've resolved it with each other. And when you confront someone, or if you ask them something and you put it on camera, you're making it public to everybody. So no, I wasn't going to do that.
Right. Were you, so we see in the trailer that you do warn Heather to not trust Emily and Gina. You know, it seems like the two girls don't really take that the best way, but were you just trying to give Heather a warning? But it does seem like Heather and Gina kind of formed this friendship too.
Right. Well, as we did make a pact. I made a pact with Emily and Gina that if for some crazy reason, that this is the same Nicole, we don't talk about it because we don't want to hurt people's businesses. And when I was at lunch with with Gina and Heather at Javier's, Heather excused herself to use the restroom and Gina said, "Oh, you got to tell her." It's like, what are you talking about? We made a promise. So I was concerned. I was concerned that Gina was going to say something. And so that was my way of warning Heather. It was just my way of warning her. Because I didn't want to bring it up. I'm not going to bring that up on camera.
Yeah. Were you jealous this season of Gina and Heather's friendship?
No.
Were you surprised that they became, I mean, by the judge of it, by the looks of it, that they do become friends? Are you surprised that they became friends?
No, I'm not. I mean, they have a New York connection, and no, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, I'm super busy too. Like I'm running a company. We're filming a lot this season, and so anyone can be friends. I don't have time to waste on negative energy and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think of the new cast members, Noella and Jennifer? What were your first impressions, and did they kind of fit right in with the group?
Well, I bonded with Noella very quickly, and she has a lot going on in her life right now, and I want to be there for her because I have empathy for things that she's still going through. And Dr. Jen, I got to know her more probably in the second half of the season. We weren't together all that often. So, but when I got to know her, I enjoy her a lot. But when I first met her, I say this word all the time, ballsy.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yes. Do you feel like sometimes like new housewives feel like they have to bring it?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, what is this? Our 16th for this show. So my 16th season. But, you know, people watch these shows and they have for years. So I think sometimes some girls think they need to make a name for themselves.
Yeah. Did that happen this season with the newbies?
Maybe. With one.
Yeah. What did you think of Noella's sex dungeon?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it. It comes up on the first episode, so I didn't know if
I've never seen it. But there's some things.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy things.
Did Heather teased recently that before you go on a trip that there's a little plot twist that happens this season. A lot of people are speculating that maybe an OG may return. Can you tease any of that?
No. I mean, not that I know of.
Not that you know.
Wait, a plot twist? Like, I don't know.
I didn't know if you could tease any of that. No. But did Heather kind of step right back in? Like, it was kind of like riding a bike for her. She kind of just stepped right back into the housewife drama.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if you'd say drama, but yeah, she stepped right back in.
Yeah. And I mean, it was interesting, you know, in the first episode, we see you go and visit her house, and it seems like a little bit of you admit, kind of like a triggering thing for you, since it was kind of going back into your old neighborhood and kind of, you know, stepping back to where you used to be. I mean, can you talk a little bit about that, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, you know, it didn't hit me until I drove up the hill going, wow, I haven't been up this hill since I left.
Yeah.
And so, I'm fine with that. I'm happy in my life right now. I'm happier than I was back then. So, but I think it was just touring the house, and I put so much into building the house. It was years and years, and all the decisions that you have to make, and the amenities that those type of homes have. And so, it just, I referred to my house as my fourth child because it took so much out of me and it took so much time. So, I got a little sad for a second. I would never trade it back for where I am now because I'm happy.
Definitely. So there's nothing that you miss about those days. It was just kind of like reminiscing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, no, the house that we built was beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, parts of me miss the house, but I'm in a cozy house right now and I like cozy.
Yeah. I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, are things between you and David cordial now? No. Still the same.
Yep.
Yeah. How's his relationship with the girls?
I mean, I don't get involved in it.
Yeah.
So, but they have a relationship.
That's good. Yeah. How are the girls doing? We see also that, your daughter might want to move to Texas full time. How are you feeling about that one?
I'm good with it. She's so happy there. I just went to Waco to visit her for 5 days last weekend, and she is so happy and having a ball. She has her first serious boyfriend, and she's having a good time. So if she's happy, she can move wherever, and it's super fun place to visit.
Definitely. And how are things with you and John?
They're good.
Good.
They're good.
Yeah.
We're approaching the 2.5 year.
Did it fly by? And are you guys still just as in love as you were just in the beginning?
Of course. I mean, it has flown by, but then at the same time, I feel like I've known him for 10 years. So
yeah. I know you probably get asked this all the time, but do you want to get married again?
Oh, absolutely. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I want that partnership that I wanted in my last marriage. So I want to be partners and part of a team.
Yeah. Do you feel like you found that now?
Oh, absolutely. But what you'll see this season, we talk about our relationship and where we stand with each other. But my girls, my twins are still at home for another 1.5 years, and we're not going to do anything while my kids are still here,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of marriages, what were you shocked when Meghan King got married?
Oh, yeah. Well, it happened when we were on our all-cast trip, and we were all shocked. But if she's happy, then power to her.
Yeah. Have you do you have any communication with her? Did you reach out to her after the wedding or anything like that?
Sometimes we communicate through social media, but I mean, here and there, yes, we do reach out to each other.
Yeah. So, but it seems like she's happy now, which is good.
Really happy, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if did you reach out to Vicki after news of her and Steve's engagement fell apart?
No, I didn't. There haven't been a lot of kind words said about me. So, it's a shame, but, I just...
Yeah. Were you surprised about that or no? No. Yeah.
No.
Do you have any communication with Tamara at all? No. Yeah. How would you feel if they ever came back?
I mean, I don't think I would enjoy it because I feel like I'm in a happy place right now, and I think you'll see that this season. I know what I film, and I had a lot of silly fun and a lot of laughter, and so there have been a lot of things that continue to be said about me. Like as of I think 24 hours ago. So it's hard because I was so close to both of them, but I'm still choosing not to engage and address it, especially in the public. We were friends, and sadly, we're not anymore.
Yeah. Do you miss those friendships at all?
I mean, we had fun together, so I suppose I would say I missed that part of it. But with the way that things are now, it's just there are a lot of untruths being said continually. Yeah. It's like years now.
Right.
So I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And, you've been on the show for a number of years. Would you say that this is the most fun that you've had ever on a show this season?
Okay, I'll say that. I have to see it first.
Right.
I think that that season 14 was probably my most fun season. And this one was second.
Okay. That's good. That's great. Yeah. And how are things with you and Heather now? Are the two of you on good terms?
We are.
We
are.
Yeah. today.
But no, we're good. We had lunch a couple days ago. So
Okay. We're all good. And then, finally, did Heather really block you, or did she put you right to voicemail?
I don't know. We never really discussed that. I'm going to have to look into that.
I think I'm speaking to her next week, so I'll definitely ask.
Oh, ask her.
I will. I'll report back. Shannon, thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure speaking with you, and congrats on the upcoming season.
Thank you. So good to see you.
All right.